What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today was the day that Black Ops 7 finally got revealed between the campaign, multiplayer, and they also showcased a little bit of the zombies. Again, thank you to everybody who tuned into the live stream, chatted with me, hung out with me, so on and so forth. If you guys want to catch my next live stream tomorrow, you can find a link to my Twitch channel down in the description of this video. But we went ahead and checked it out, and I gotta be real with you guys. It started off with a couple of people hopping out on stage, talking about Call of Duty Black Ops 7 in the most corporate way possible, I'll be real. I watched a decent portion of Gamescom for the rest of, the session. And pretty much almost every other development team or, people who came out on the stage had so much passion in their voice, so much love for what they were putting together. Whereas when it came to Call of Duty, you're like, this is what is going to be happening this year. We are so happy that we can finally go ahead and provide Black Ops 7. We have so much new stuff in store for you guys to all go ahead and play. Word by word by word, completely scripted. Just no passion, no soul, exactly what I expect out of a franchise this old now, where they're just going ahead and rehashing the game over and over and over again. Well, to go ahead and begin with campaign, I gotta be real, doesn't really spark my interest. Multiplayer, again, doesn't really spark my interest. I gotta be real, the biggest thing that was kind of cool was probably zombies, but I'm not too much of a zombies guy. So overall, Black Ops 7 is looking to be just another, again, cookie-cutter Call of Duty game that is literally, and I'm not lying when I say this, it is literally banking off of nostalgia and also going ahead and reintroducing features that we have been begging for ages, that we have been actively ignored for years on end because apparently we were stupid and we have no clue what we're saying. And then out of nowhere, it's used as marketing material. As you can see right here, though, by Treyarch, let's talk Black Ops 7 multiplayer. 16 6v6 maps, plus 2 20 vs 20 maps, 3 BO2 classic maps set in Japan, new arsenal of 2035 weapons and gear, 30 weapons at launch, including the BO2 inspirations, M8A1 anyone, 16 weapons never seen before in the franchise, overclock your equipment, field upgrades and score streaks, new hybrid combat specialties rewarding more playstyles, next level omni movement, which obviously is just simply being able to jump off of walls, you can wall jump now, no tac sprint by default, no manual doors, full multiplayer reveal at Call of Duty Next on September 30th. And I think I heard that the closed beta starts on the 2nd of October, and then the open beta is on the 5th of October. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section. But as I literally just stated, ladies and gentlemen, this whole game is banking off of a few things. BO2 nostalgia. The whole game looks like Black Ops 2 when it comes down to the UI, the design, the colors, the atmosphere, the look, so on and so forth, including a bunch of, again, remastered maps and also content with weapons. Second, they are using and abusing, once again, features that we have been begging for ages to go ahead and bring people back into the overall experience. Again, no tac sprint by default. Guys, BO7 has had tac sprint pretty much throughout its whole development cycle. They just, according to leaks, they just went ahead and stripped it out of the game and turned it into a perk. They literally just did that. And I'm assuming the same thing with, reloopable streaks and stuff like that. I'm assuming they didn't have that. They are hearing all the community, complaints, and they're saying, okay, we're really in a crapper. Let's just go ahead and shove everything in that people have been begging for. Obviously, that's not a bad thing. But how consistent can these devs be when it comes to the features that we have been begging for? How consistent are they actually going to keep up with this stuff? Again, no manual doors. They're really hyping up. No doors in a Call of Duty game. That is the point that we're at, ladies and gentlemen. That's the point. Where removing doors is something that we should be giving them endless praise for. And then third, ladies and gentlemen, the amount of content that we're getting within the game. I actually saw another post by Treyarch here, which I'll, put up on the screen. Black Ops 7 progression systems. 16 mastery camos. Weapon prestige with unique attachments and camos. Weapon prestige master with 250 levels. Level 1000 prestige grind. Weekly challenges post-launch. And more ways to earn camos than ever before. And the thing that I want to put a huge emphasis on is the weekly challenges post-launch. They are indeed trying to mimic the Modern Warfare 3 live service methods, which isn't a bad thing. Again, all of this stuff isn't bad. I want to make that very clear, guys. Having no doors on the map, having no tac sprint, adding in the weekly unlock system and also having seasonal, animated camos to go ahead and grind for. Like, all these things are phenomenal. I've been asking for a lot of it. But as I stated before, how consistent is this going to be, guys? Activision is still in charge. They are still abusive to this overall community. They still have the thought process that Call of Duty is too big to die. And we have no clue what's up next in store. Actually, I have another post here that I saw by Modern Warzone saying, Treyarch confirmed that Black Ops 7 was greenlit, concerted, and developed alongside Black Ops 6, but that the game has its own identity and innovations. They said developing them together allowed them to do more with the campaign story beats and more. This is a load of crap, ladies and gentlemen. There's absolutely no way that they're going to be able to heavily innovate on the franchise when they're sitting there trying to split their creative mindsets across two completely separate games in a time span of 4 years, okay? Guys, this is the stuff that we deal with on a year-to-year basis, and guess what? When we get those games that are considered DLC, they are packed with content. We saw it with Vanguard, we saw it with Modern Warfare 3, and now we're seeing it with Black Ops 7. My question is, how long will this last? Will they do this the year afterwards? Will they do it the year after that? I highly doubt it. It's almost like Activision knows it shouldn't be on a yearly cycle, and putting it on a yearly cycle is unhealthy. But again, they don't give a crap because they know that the base sales are still going to be tremendous. They're still going to make a crap ton of money. And honestly, they could just simply kind of work around the problems of considering a game, DLC by just stuffing it again with content. And it's as simple as that. Why skip a year when you can, give a massive content-filled game every other, introduction into the franchise? I don't know, man. We'll see when gameplay actually comes on out and we can actually get hands-on. Of course, I'm going to be trying out the open beta. And if anybody gets the closed beta code, by all means, if you want to hit me up with it, I wouldn't mind. I'm not pre-ordering it. I'm not even planning on playing it, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. The COD cycle has been hitting very heavy, and I'm going to be honest, I think it's starting to hit others as well. And I don't know how well BO7 is going to be doing. I mean, I see all the shills absolutely going to town right now over BO7 after they just spent over half of the, life cycle of BO6 complaining about servers, anti-cheat, and skill-based matchmaking. But, apparently all of those things are not going to be a problem with BO7. But I'm seeing everybody turning up, but then you see stuff like this. This is actually a post that I saw from one of the homies, Ricardo, over on my stream, showcasing the like to dislike ratio on the new, whatever video they put together over on YouTube for the Call of Duty page regarding Black Ops 7. It's getting destroyed, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, my goodness, it's actually getting ratioed when it comes to dislikes. And it's showing that people are getting tired. And this is something that's been happening year after year after year. It's not just like a one-time thing when it comes to like Infinite Warfare, for example, where it just got review bombed like crazy out of nowhere. And the funny part about it is that game still sold like crazy. So it didn't even matter if it got review bombed, which it might lead to this same scenario, meaning absolutely nothing. Everybody's going to review bomb and it's still going to make a fortune. But the difference between Infinite Warfare and the situation we're in right now is that this, as I stated, is consistent. It's happening year after year after year after year. The same comments, the same crap, the same drama. People genuinely seem fed up with the same thing being, again, forced into this overall franchise. And it might not happen now. It might not happen next year. It might not happen the year after that. But at some point in time, this is going to catch up to them. You could see it. You could see a massive shift going on in the community. People are not pleased. And at some point in time, they're going to have to change up their act. But overall, I don't know how to feel about this. I really don't, ladies and gentlemen. As I stated, there are some good things. Not having doors, no tax sprint, plenty of content to grind out. Like, there in no world, in no universe would I ever be able to say that that is a bad thing. It will be a straight up lie. That's an amazing thing. But I don't know. It feels like an abusive relationship at this point when it comes down to Call of Duty. And, I feel like once we go back to a game like this, guess what? It's not going to change the future. The game after that will probably go back to the same format as they typically always do. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to leave you guys off with one last thing. I'm just going to scroll down the brand new, again, YouTube video by the Call of Duty channel and just showcase to you guys all the comments that are under this video. Guys, this wall of comments does not end. You can scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll again, and you will see the same exact thing. Not only is it getting completely dislike bombed, but, I don't think there's a single person that's happy nor positive within this comment section. This speaks volume to me in every possible way. And I don't know. I guess we'll see when Black Ops 7 comes around how the community will react. But ever since they first leaked out this game, it has been the same exact mentality. The amount of people that are saying Battlefield 6 is mind-boggling right now. All I gotta say is it's not looking too good for Call of Duty. But, ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post your daily at 8 morning Eastern Time. And sometimes we even go ahead and double upload on this channel. Everything between COD, Battlefield, Splitgate 2, Arc Raiders, and any other first-person or third-person shooters out there that might spark my interest. Of course, if you guys want to stay tuned to all that information, subscribe and hit that bell. And last but not least, I do stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, if you guys are interested, go link that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.